Hello, Margaret.
Hello, Richard.
Us again.
Welcome into another episode of Diarrhea of the Cranial.
Do you remember that from what's that guy's name? Just Ray Stevens.
It's me again, Margaret.
Yeah, Margaret.
Yes, he is hilarious.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Kept wanting to say Steve Perry, and I
We
was
went
like,
and saw one of his shows down at his
Cabaret.
cabaret, yeah. And I mean, he was still good, but he's really he's aged. He's
Well,
old.
people do that,
It kind of happens. I mean, look at me.
and you just had a birthday. Then you turned like 84,
85.
85.
Yes,
Sorry,
let's get it right.
apologies.
85.
You don't
Racer
look a
X.
day over 70.
I don't look a day over 92. I do kind of look rough. I don't know. I was kind of digging the beard, but I think it kind of makes me look old.
It does.
I think I'm going to have to, wow. Welcome to Brutally Honest. I'm your host,
This was my
Richard.
resolution. I'm just not gonna give a shit anymore.
Even after you eat a lot?
I said give a shit, not take a shit.
Well, don't you have to give it? I mean, it has to come out. You have to give it away to the toilet. You have to give it. It's a present.
I think your resolution should be I'm not gonna be stupid.
Okay, it's going to be a very quiet show, but okay, that's my resolution. I'm only going to say things that are not stupid. I really think I'm going to shave the beard, though. It's really making me look old.
I think that's a good plan.
I think I will. I think I'll shave
Yeah.
the beard. I'm not saying anything stupid, so
You look a little like Kelsey Grammer.
it's only for
Like
you.
a fat-headed Kelsey Grammer.
Thank you. It's all the brain power.
All right, Mega Mike.
Somebody's on a roll. Yeah, see, there's no hair. It's all brain. Look all the way back to here. Look, it's getting farther back. It was here. Now it's here. Now it's there. It's sliding down my back. They want to grow out a ponytail in the back.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think I should? Then I could look like what was the comedian's name?
Grow you out a ponytail.
Carlin, George Carlin.
Grow you out a ponytail, and then grow just a goatee and braid it.
Oh, that would be funny and braid them together. Why do they call it a ponytail? I've always wondered that.
Because it resembles the tail on a pony.
But it doesn't come from your posterior. Well, why don't they call it like a head tail?
I wasn't in charge when they were naming stuff. I mean,
Well, why not?
because I wasn't here.
I demand a rename
You were there. Why didn't you say something?
because you told me I had to only say intelligent stuff.
No, that's before I was born. You should have said
I
something.
look like the Burgermeister Meisterburger with a beard.
Okay. So, I was asleep, right before Christmas, in bed asleep, and my husband comes into the room. He was going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and apparently I was going like this in my sleep.
Okay,
And he's like, "What the hell were you doing?" And okay, so I was having a dream that I was the Burgermeister Meisterburger. And I was saying there'll be no more toy makers to the king.
Did you watch Rudolph that night or something?
That's not Rudolph, but no.
Oh, that's Santa Claus is coming to town. That's right. Yeah. So you didn't watch that night, but you were just Burgermeister Meisterburger.
I don't know.
I am the Burgermeister Meisterburger.
I dream some weird shit.
That is kind of and that's something I wonder. Like, are you a person? Well, evidently you are. That like you remember. Are you a person?
Think
Yes,
so.
you are. We've determined that. Okay, so DNA says yes, you're a person.
You're shaking the camera like a whole lot.
I don't know how. Oh, I guess my knee's hitting it. It's a shaky start. What can I say?
Like, back your shit up. There you go. Hey, look at you. Look at you.
Look, I'll just get way back in.
Learning. Look at you.
Oh, look, I can get comfortable. I can kick back. Hey, welcome.
He can be taught.
Welcome to the laid back 70s. So what I was gonna say is, I don't know because like I don't really think I ever dream. If I do, I don't remember it. I wonder what makes the difference of why some people remember like their dreams and others may not dream. Like I don't think I dreamed.
I don't I don't remember all of them. Um, if they like if I wake up and I'm like, "Ooh, that was weird," then, obviously I'm gonna remember it. But if it's like, I'm sure I have like 10 to 12 dreams a night.
Really?
Yeah,
I wonder, is that like a normal?
I don't know. But like I can only remember, I would say maybe a third of the dreams that I have now. Angela can remember every single detail from every single dream.
See, I wonder,
We spend an hour a day talking about what she dreamed about.
I wonder if there's a difference between like not remembering what you dreamed and not dreaming. I mean, I wonder if everybody dreams that some people don't remember.
I'm sure that's the case
Because I don't,
because your brain never really stops.
oh, mine does daily.
It's not supposed to. You
It
might
just
need to
did.
see a doctor.
It just did. I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
It's not supposed to
No,
stop.
but I mean, I guess I don't ever dream because I never wake up thinking, oh, that was odd, or man, did I dream, or what was that?
I do have like I think the dreams that I remember are the vivid ones or the ones that make me do stuff in real life, like move my hands around or um I have those dreams where like I'm trying to scream and I can't get the sound out, so it comes out sounding like like those dreams,
I'm,
like stuff that they're vivid to me, or they make me do stuff like physically in real life.
I'm a
Um,
murder monster. Like, what do you mean, like the pointing thing? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Like when you're doing something
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
Have you ever had one where you like dream, like, I don't know, like you're walking across the house and you wake up and you're walking across the house?
No, well, no, but when I was younger, I did sleepwalk. And actually, my other dad, I think he was working third shift. I think. I don't know. I don't know. I was really young. But I remember this vividly where I was having a dream that I was going to get in my, the little type cars with the red and the, okay.
Uh-huh.
I was going to, we didn't even, I don't even think we had one, but in my dream we did. So I was going to get in that. I was going to go to McDonald's. And we were living in one of the apartments on Haywood Lane. And, my dad came home right as I was unlocking the front door
Oh,
to
wow.
leave.
Wow.
And he was like, "What are you doing?" And of course it like startled me
I'm
awake.
going to McDonald's.
And then so they had to go to the office and ask for permission to put up one of those chains at the very top so I couldn't get out.
Wow. You were really going to McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm out. Big Mac attack.
So I wanted a hamburger.
That's why, and I guess my thing is, if you're sleepwalking, are you really asleep? I mean, are you on some cognitive level awake?
I was full on asleep and dreaming.
But when you run into furniture, that'd be my luck. I'd like running
No,
into
because even when you're in a dream, like especially the dream that I was having, I was walking through the house to get to the door to get in my little type.
isn't that wild?
Yeah, so I knew where everything was.
See, I would be the person like, who look through sleepwalking, you let's move furniture real quick.
Yeah. So I know Angela used to sleepwalk a lot when she was little. She was at my grandparents' house one time and she was having a dream that she was walking over rocks. And what it was is she was walking around the room, but she was stepping on little toys.
Oh, that sounds painful. I mean, I just wonder on some subconscious level if your mind's alert enough to maneuver through a room.
Mine was, I guess. I don't know.
You just were going for a Big Mac.
I just, no, I wanted a Happy Meal. I was little. I was young, young.
Now they have adult Happy Meals. Isn't that silly?
I'm not even sure Chelsea was born yet.
Oh, wow. So you were.
No, she may have been, but she was probably, I don't know. I'd have to ask my mom. But I just remember being really,
So do
really
you
young.
ever sleepwalk anymore? Or was that like a one or
Not to
two
my
time?
knowledge. I don't.
Hmm. I wonder what causes that.
I don't know. No, now I just make weird hand gestures
Yeah,
and
you're
make
just the
weird
Meister Burger.
noises.
That's kind of wild because I guess as a person who
That would be.
never really dreams, I just don't I just don't under I mean I just don't get it.
Um,
And I don't understand what triggers certain dreams. Like you said you didn't watch the show that he was on. Were you like maybe decorating for Christmas or something that day?
No, it was like mid-December. Everything was already up.
Well, wonder what would have spurred that.
I have no idea.
And that's weird.
I will never get to the point where I fully understand how my mind works because it's just like today, there's this program at work called Gratitudes, and so
Is it thankful?
well, you can send like points to people that to thank them for whatever,
Oh,
and then you know they can buy stuff in the store or whatever. Anyway, so I got an email and it said today was a friend of mine's third year anniversary, work anniversary, and it was like, do you want to share a story? And I was like, oh, the stories I could tell, you know. And so anyway, I was texting her and I said, I'm gonna make some shit up.
was that your shoulder popped?
No, that was my bra strap.
Oh, I thought, oh my
I was like,
goodness.
I'm gonna make some shit up. I said, I'm, I'm gonna say, she gave up a promising career as a gunslinger in Idaho to come do fuel tax. But, and then I said, but this is just a stepping stone to her real dream, which is to start a lemur farm on off the coast of Florida so she can feed the lemurs to starving sharks.
Okay.
I don't know where it came from.
That's just, but it's
I
funny.
I don't know where that came from. I even texted her and I was like, I have no idea where that came from. Like there's an imbalance in my brain, like chemical problem that it's just like you here's some random shit and you should say it to someone.
It's called creativity.
It's called being like I don't even know. It is.
I wonder because like I have a tendency to do that with just off the wall, just for fun because it sounds funny in my head. Sometimes it's not as funny when it comes out, but it sounded funny to me.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like I was sitting on my couch yesterday, so Angela had made a new resin skull. And you know that little like house shaped sign that I made that says
Hmm.
home, you
Right.
know? The way that she put the skull right in front of it, and so I'm sitting on the couch and I just like put all my work stuff up, and I happen to glance up at the sign, and it was calling me a hoe because she had put it right in front of the M, and which I just thought was fucking hilarious, man. So I had to share it with everybody like that I knew, you know. But I don't know. Sometimes the stuff I think is funny, it's just
See, you should make like a sign that says home is somewhere else, so leave now. That would sell.
no, that didn't make any sense. Nice try though.
I think it made a lot of sense to me because if somebody comes to visit, their home is somewhere else, so they should leave now and go home.
I don't know. I don't. There are very few people who visit me in my home. I don't have a lot of
Well, let's
friends.
see. There's Uber Eats. There's,
Oh yeah, no. I get on DoorDash.
DoorDash doesn't count as
I got
friends,
on
right?
DoorDash tonight to order dinner, and 'cause Ange wanted Arby's, so I got on Arby's, and it was like, here's this chicken sandwich. You've ordered it 15 times, and I'm like, that seems a little judgy to me.
They're judging what you
Like,
order.
why are you keeping count? Like, I like the sandwich. Get off my nuts. Like,
So I do have a question about ordering because I don't do this stuff. I'm kind of peculiar about who's touching my food
they
and
don't
stuff.
touch your food. It's all sealed.
But I'm looking at your Coke or like
Tea.
whatever it is, tea, and I see the tape that goes around the lid.
It doesn't go around the lid. So
Doesn't it come over the lid? Like, wasn't it around the over the lid?
yeah, it goes.
Oh,
It's a sticker, and the restaurant puts it over the lid, and this big part here
uh-huh.
is stuck to here.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Is the straw already in there?
No,
Okay, that's what I
no,
didn't know.
no, no.
Have you ever opened up a bag and like some fries we missing?
Mm-mm. I mean, if they're missing, it's usually the restaurant's fault because the person that delivers the
I mean,
food.
like just one or two fries where somebody's opened the bag and,
No, because the bag is sealed.
but you can't open it.
If the person delivering my food opens my bag, I'm gonna know it because it's sealed with stickers.
But it won't. They can't just seal it back. I mean, it's not like
No,
it's the.
no, 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 because
Okay.
the bag is paper,
I wonder.
it would be torn. I would know.
I wonder if
It would be
anybody
obvious.
ever walks into a restaurant where it's got like, because a lot of them now are using shelving units where they put it like Uber's here,
Hmm.
and you just go in and pick up an Uber order and walk out with it.
I've seen a TikTok where somebody was doing that. Yes.
Because I mean, nobody checks it. Nobody checks you.
No, nobody checks you. And then that person doesn't get their food, and then it's like a whole ordeal because you have to go through the app and be like, I didn't get my shit. And then they're like, oh, we can resend it, but it's gonna be another fucking hour. And you're like, motherfucker.
See a video on like social media, like this police department's looking for this guy. Took a Big
Oh
Mac.
shit.
He took a Big Mac and ran.
I don't know. It's not, I mean, in terms of me having to put pants on and leave the house to go get the food, I think it's worth it.
But
But
see,
you're gonna have issues. I mean, even if I did go and get the food, it,
but
there's a
see, I
possibility
can
there would
see
be an
that
issue.
for you because you're not already out. But somebody like me that's already out and coming home,
Hmm.
I might as well just stop and pick it up.
Yeah, or you could order it before you leave wherever you are and have it here when you get home.
Or I can just pick it up and carry it in when I get home, and I'll have it here when I get home.
Yeah, but
And
then
save
that's
us
a
15
whole
bucks.
thing. And the other thing is, I don't like to talk to people.
How much does it? I mean, and I don't know. It may be depending on what you order. How much does it cost for like just the delivery, not the food?
So there are restaurants that don't have delivery fees associated, and then there are restaurants that do have delivery fees, and then there's like a tip and all this stuff. But I'll say, like tonight, I got the chicken sandwich, the fry, and the Jamaica shake for Ange, and then I got two of the little roast beef sandwiches, a fry, and a drink, and with delivery and tip and everything, it was 33 bucks.
So I guess the reason I'm asking is I wonder like the the ones if they don't charge a fee, does the driver get paid for that delivery even though a fee's not being charged?
I'm sure they do.
I just wondered.
I
I
don't know
didn't
how that
know.
works. I've never done it.
I always wondered that.
You're
You
asking
know,
the wrong motherfucker.
it's like I went to Waffle House this morning, which I think we're going to change our Friday morning routine because you couldn't get they never came over to refill the coffee, which really kind of was irritating. And then finally we got a coffee to go, but it was like
Yeah, but who else is open when you go? Like, what time do you go?
6. There's plenty of places open.
Mm.
We'll find somewhere else. We may go to the other Waffle House or something. I don't know why. Well, there was something I was going to tie in, but it didn't work. I don't know. I lost it.
Mhm,
Lost my train of thought.
mhm, mhm.
86 years old. Lost my train of thought.
It happens.
Rankin, I'll just shut here and
What is that stuff? Ginkgo biloba?
oop.
Ginkgo biloba?
Then he played baseball
Biloba?
for the Mets.
Biloba. I don't remember.
Shortstop for the Mets, right?
It's some drug, some like supplement for your memory, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder. I might need
I
that.
might be making that up. I'm not entirely sure.
I might need that. I'll go into some store. Hey, I need some ginkgo biloba or something like that. And it'd be something that caused like gastrial distress or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm. Now you got me wondering. But I always wondered about like I know Uber drivers don't they charge a fee. Uber charges a fee for you to use their service, right? If they're just driving.
This
So I wonder if
subject is
food is
boring
the
me.
same. Oh, sorry. But what would you like to talk
Bored
about?
with this subject.
Wow. And that's going to wrap up another show, ladies and gentlemen.
I told you. I just, eh.
Yeah. We go back to the dream stuff. How did we go from dreams to Uber Eats?
No, I'm not entirely sure. My hair is falling
So
out.
on the dreams, do you remember more of like pleasant dreams or more of the nightmare type dreams?
Well, we did a show where I told you about the demon dream.
Right.
So I think I think for me, if they affect me in an emotional manner, obviously I'm gonna remember that. Like I had a dream. I don't even remember when it was. It was after the demon dream. I remember that. Uh, but anyway, I was at my grandmother's old house trying to make a cake or something. I was trying to cook something.
What kind of cake was it?
I don't know. I don't remember that part, but I was going through the top cabinets that were over the island thing in the kitchen, and I heard the back door open, and I thought it was my grandfather or his current wife. Uh, and I turned around, and it was my grandmother. And so I went over to her, and I hugged her, and I could feel her arms around me. She smelled like my grandmother always smelled, and she looked incredible, vibrant, and healthy, and and
No, was this after she passed?
yes.
Okay.
And I just said, I miss you so much. And I could physically feel her hugging me. And so with that dream, I woke up crying, and continued to cry for about 10, 15 minutes. But because it affected me in an emotional manner, excuse me, it stuck with me.
Now, we did a show about like experiences and stuff with
Hmm.
the spirits and all that stuff. So I have to wonder, would that be classified as a dream or an encounter? Because if you put it,
Personally, for me, because number one, I believe in all that stuff, but number two, because of the way that it left me feeling, um, because it left me feeling like she was with me and everything was going to be okay, and she was proud of me, and like all these, things that you want to feel from
right, yeah,
someone that, especially the matriarch, great, that
it makes you feel like you just ate a green bean casserole.
um, but
Oh,
because of the way that it left me feeling, want to, I honestly, like, I want to say that yes, it was an encounter. I want to believe that.
so, and I guess my thing is when you, I don't know if compare's the right word, but when you consider other dreams that, you know, are dreams, you were sure they were dreams. Is there a different, I don't want to say feeling, but like conceptuality of it? Big word, by the
I
way.
think so. I've had very few dreams that have stuck with me quite like that one has on an emotional level. And it was a huge step in me towards healing from that loss.
Okay, because that was going to be my next question. Was this a time in your life where maybe you were going through something, or had just been through the loss, or
I hadn't just no, this was within the last 6 months.
but had you really had time to grieve?
Well, no, and
Right.
I don't grieve. I don't process things like like I should process things. I just kind of let it, step it down and leave it for another day when it all comes barreling out.
Boom, there
Yeah.
it is.
But also there were other circumstances for every grandparent that I've lost. There were other circumstances, other situations happening around that I had to shift my focus from my grief to those things, and so I never actually dealt with any of them, any of the losses. So I mean, I think about all three of them every day I do, and there are things that come up that it, not to sound like a snowflake, but they're triggers for me.
Right. Yeah, it's been most
Um,
things going to be. Yeah.
yeah, so I honestly I don't think that I've healed. I think over time the pain lessens a little bit, but it's never fully going to go away.
No, I think you always carry a part of that person with you if it's somebody
Mhm.
you're close to.
Right. Well, because at the end of the day, like, possessions are possessions, but your family is really all you have.
Right. Right. Well, that and UT football, who won the Citrus Bowl, by the way, over Iowa in a landslide.
Really don't care. Really don't care.
I've had to. I had to put it in there. It's just
I would love nothing more than for that program to be completely disbanded so I never have to fucking see them again or hear about them again. I hate them.
not gonna happen.
I hate them. They're disgusting and I hate them.
They beat Vandy every year, so I can live with it. Oh, I said I wasn't going to do any more
Say whatever
Vandy
you want.
Jones, so I'm not going to. How is their basketball team doing this year, by the way? I haven't been keeping up. They usually are pretty good at basketball.
From what I've heard, they're not doing very well. I think the coach is on his way out. But I don't know. It's hard for me to keep up with basketball because it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I used to play it, but I just don't. I can't get into it like I get into football.
Well, I think in now their coach hasn't been there.
He's been there a few years, I think.
Okay.
But we were decent until they brought in that what was his name? Drew.
Yes. Um, Vanderbilt always had a decent basketball team.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you know who our coach is now?
I honestly I do not.
Jerry Stackhouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's kind of surprising. I mean, because
But our I just saw on Facebook that the ladies are doing really well.
are they okay?
Yeah.
I haven't kept up with them this year.
I don't, you know
Yeah,
what
they
though?
got a
I
new
think,
coach, right? Isn't it? Was it this year or last year
yeah,
they got a new
I
coach?
really have no idea. I'd like to tell you, but I have no
It's
idea.
either this year or last year.
I do think that our football team, I think we're on the precipice of something pretty big.
You know, I really thought, and this is just being honest, this is not being any particular thing, but I really thought you had the right coach in place.
Can I tell you why I think that?
Yes,
Okay, before you go on your whole spiel about how our coach sucks and we all need to
I'm
go.
not saying that.
All right. So, after the season, we lost like a quarter of the team to the transfer portal, which, by the
Really?
way,
No, I did not know
the
that.
transfer portal and the NIL are the worst fucking
I
things in
agree with that.
football.
I have
But
no thoughts.
we're not going to dwell on that. Moving on. So, uh, for some reason, we have not, I don't know if it was the academic standards or what the case was, but for some reason that we just never really took full advantage of the transfer portal. Okay. Now we have the top eighth. Is it recruiting if it's transfer portal?
Yeah, I'll call it recruiting. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean, it's still
remember
counts.
in the country.
See, here's
And I don't know if this is true. I have not done the research, but my other dad told me that Vanderbilt lowered their academic standards.
I've heard that may be something that was going to occur. I didn't hear anything else. This was
Yeah.
like back in the
So I'm torn. I'm kind of torn about it because, like,
I'm not
Vanderbilt's an academic school, but at the same time, we were never going to be competitive if we didn't, you know. So we've lowered them to, or we're going to lower, I don't know if it's happened yet, to the SEC standard.
and they
Is
should.
what's
I mean,
happening. And um, what is it? The NCAA puts like a restriction on, is it NIL dollars?
yeah.
Okay. Because Vanderbilt is a private school, it does not apply to them.
Here's the one thing I was going to say about Vanderbilt's coach right now. I really thought he was the right person for the job. However, the thing I struggle with is I don't see the on-field adjustments, and I don't know if that's because he's turned things over to his coordinator and they're not
Well,
adjusting.
and that's where, so he let I think he let the OC go.
Okay, I can see that's a good move.
He let the defensive coordinator go.
I did not know that. Okay, that's a good move.
He let the strength and conditioning coach go.
Okay, now here's my question.
Wait, I'm not done.
Wow, he cleaned house then, huh?
He brought in a new OC. He's going to be the defensive coordinator and the head coach.
So
Now, my concern about this is, uh, we had a coach that did that, and it did not go well.
let me ask you this, and I just because I haven't kept up with Vanderbilt, I'll just be honest with you, and I'm following. Was this a decision by the coach itself, or was this you're either going to do this or we're going to let you go?
No, I think this was a decision from the coach himself.
Now,
And I will say, in terms of like the transfer portal and all of that, like I know that after this season, he took the initiative to go to the athletic director and say, like, shit's got to change.
well, I know he is a good recruiter. I'm not taking anything away from
Well,
him.
and I think him being an alumni is,
I think he's brought some mental toughness back to that program that was
yeah,
much needed, to be
I
honest with
think
you.
so. And I think the players that we lost, I don't think it was his coaching. I think it was um, the product on the field and the fact that we didn't do well.
Well,
And they're like, and of course, nowadays, like, there's like zero loyalty.
no, yeah, there is no law. Here's the thing about it, if a player does not get the playing time they think they need or
Yeah,
want,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're going to go.
Why am I gonna, or, you know,
Why do I want to be on a 2-9 team?
right, when I can go be a third string for Alabama and sit on the bench
Right.
and maybe win a championship, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Get a
I
ring.
get it, but I really, like I said, I really like him as a coach. The on-field adjustments do not take
Well, that's
place.
why I think it was a good move
Now,
to fire the coordinators.
tell you what's going to be interesting is to see how your previous coach does at MTSU.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm interested to see how that works out.
I liked Derek Mason.
Oh, I did too.
I just don't think he was at the point where he was ready to take on what needed to be taken on,
You know what?
have a winning
You
program.
know who he reminds me of? And I want you to think about this. When Lane Kiffin came in as Tennessee's coach, Lane Kiffin was not ready to be a head coach.
Mhm.
He's now proven himself to be a head
Mhm.
coach. He needed that, I guess, time or
Mhm.
experience. I think Mason was in that same kind of mold.
Yeah. Yeah, because we brought him up. He was a coordinator at Stanford.
Right. And he did a good job there.
He did.
And I'm not
I
saying,
just don't think that he was prepared to take on, especially at a place like Vanderbilt, because there are way more problems, right?
well,
Like you can't, it's different from going into a program that's already established and built and ready to go,
I'm
you know?
interested to see the fan base with the new renovations and everything. Because let's just be honest, that's always been a struggle for Vanderbilt.
Well,
Has been I don't want to say fan base, I'm going to say an engaged fan base. Because I think they have a fan base,
mhm.
but there's not.
Well, you have your loyals and you have your
Right.
bandwagons. So during the James Franklin era, you saw a lot of the bandwagons, which is fine because it made the atmosphere, better. Um, but at the end of the day, upgraded facilities, upgraded stadiums.
If you don't win, you're not going to have butts in the seat.
Exactly. You have to win games to
And
get butts and
and I
seats.
really, to be honest with you, and I'm just going to be honest, the last UT Vandy game we went to was at Vanderbilt, and there was more orange in the stadium than there was black and gold.
Hmm.
And as much as I am a UT fan, I hate to see that for the players from Vanderbilt because that's their home field, and
Well, you know what? Honestly, though, I think that has to do more with the fact that you'll have people that will buy season tickets. They're Vandy fans all year long, except when UT comes to town, they're UT fans.
that's what I did the years I bought them. And I only bought them on the years that UT came to town.
See? So,
But I
it's
will say
because
this,
it's
in the other games,
but
more black and gold.
but if you look at it, right, like let's talk regular season, especially like this year. There were multiple games that Vandy played that were not televised.
That's another thing I don't understand. Yeah, trust me, I get
That's
it.
my
The fan
point.
base, the Lord, I get it.
That's my point.
But
We are not going to draw a crowd,
not only televised,
not on the radio,
but you can't
yeah.
find them on a.
But no matter where UT is,
Their own.
They're on.
But that's because of the fan base. Think about it.
But here's the thing. In Nashville, in Middle Tennessee, in Division One, yeah,
Mhm.
Vanderbilt is the home team. Okay. Regardless, even if it's on my TV 30, okay, they should
Nothing
be.
wrong with my TV 30.
No. But I'm just saying, like, it's not a like a
ABC, NBC,
yeah.
CBS.
They should be on TV somewhere because otherwise, how are you going to get exposure to people who?
But I think one of the problems for Vanderbilt, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I think one of the problems for Vanderbilt and the reason UT has such a larger following, and I'm not saying now, but for years and years and years, Vanderbilt always had that nose in the air, and we don't care. We
Oh,
don't want
really?
you as our fans.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I
really
mean,
think so?
I seriously, I'm not talking about Vanderbilt fans. I'm talking about Vanderbilt administration. We don't care if you're our
No,
fan.
I think it was less that. I think that's your opinion because you're a UT fan and you just want to look down your nose at us. But I think it was more of the administration didn't put any effort into the program.
That's what I'm saying. We don't care if
It
you're a fan.
wasn't, it was because Vanderbilt has always been about athletics, period.
I don't think Vanderbilt's ever, until recently, has really been bought in on athletics.
Right.
They're more
I
academics.
think
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think
not
that,
necessarily because I think that they did put a lot of effort into baseball because baseball was doing well and making them money.
okay, but I think they still, even at that point, I think that the administration of Vanderbilt still had that is we don't really care if you're a fan of sports because we're not really pushing that.
It wasn't about we don't care if you're a fan, it was about we don't care in general.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It
We
was
just
less
don't.
to do with, Vanderbilt, they're not going to say no to you giving them your money. Let's be real. But I just think that their focus was not on athletics, it was on
Right.
academics, which is not wrong because at the end of the day, it's a college. Like, you go there
Well,
for higher learning
they should be on
or
academics.
indoctrination
But
nowadays.
here's the thing. If and my Lord.
Okay,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I'm saying.
okay,
If you're going to be a school like that, okay,
okay.
all right, wouldn't you be better off being in a league of schools like that, like an Ivy League? I mean, I'm not saying I would never say
Here we go.
Vanderbilt needs to be out of
Here we
SEC because they
go.
did not. Vanderbilt is a founding member of SEC and they belong there.
I'm so
But
fucking sick of hearing that.
but what I'm saying is, from a competitive level,
No, we belong in the SEC. And fuck everybody who says differently.
I'm not, like I said, I've never said Vanderbilt don't belong in the SEC. I'm just saying, if you're going to be in a conference like the SEC, shouldn't you at least give your team the same advantages?
They are.
Finally, but are they really? I don't
Well,
know that
it
they're.
took getting the right people in the right positions for that to
Also,
happen.
what you're saying is the administration didn't care about winning in fans back in the day,
It's not about, they
which is what
didn't,
I said.
literally, it's what I've said before. They didn't care about athletics,
That's what I'm
period.
saying.
But you're making it seem like they're like, fuck you, fans. We don't want you.
No, they're
That's
saying
not
we
how it
don't
went. We need to
care.
end this conversation because I'm starting to get mad.
They're saying we don't care.
No, stop. We need to end the
Wait,
conversation because I'm getting
they're
mad.
saying
No, I don't
we
want
don't care if we have fans because we're not that into sports. It's not whether you're a fan or not of Vanderbilt. They don't really. They wasn't
Okay,
really.
okay, we're done.
It's being mean.
We're done.
I was being. I support Vanderbilt unless they play UT.
Fuck you, T.
See, I don't say that with them.
Okay, we're done.